party. Now go to our investigative journalist who's been responsible for the leaks day in the DCMS. We saw the DCMS secretary publicly endorsing LBC, which is a company owned by Dean, which conveniently actually signed Conor Novak as one of their new talk show hosts. Do you think this is a inside job by Conor Novak and Dean Heathcote, that they were planning to move Jeff Mulby from the start?
I can't really remember now, but I remember being quite annoyed how somebody could just come out of seemingly nowhere in two terms.
The way that the Conservatives screwed that election was definitely surprising too.
I was forced by the government chief whip, James Ascot, to write an apology letter. After then, things only got worse.
Are you saying Joe Biden is a bad person?
Is this what you're implying?
I'm not saying.
I'm saying
maybe.
Have you seen Joe Biden?
Well, what I'm implying is that you shouldn't be copying American politics and trying to use mottos. Are you accusing us of copying Joe Biden? No. That's exactly what I'm doing. Oh my god!
I was at Clonmel once. Plays it up.
It's lights out, away we go. Hamilton gets away well, and he's getting towards Max Verstappen now and tries to cover him off and pushes it.
Good evening, and welcome back to the Sammy Show.
I can tell you that it was me who made the decision not to serve
You
us.
did. That's interesting though, because the messages I saw said that you were forced out of the party. Now go to our investigative journalist who's been responsible for the leaks day in the DCMS. We saw the DCMS secretary publicly endorsing LBC, which is a company owned by Dean, which conveniently actually signed Conor Novak as one of their new talk show hosts. Do you think this is a inside job by Conor Novak and Dean Heathcote, that they were planning to move Jeff Mulby from the start?
I can't really remember now, but I remember being quite annoyed how somebody could just come out of seemingly nowhere in two terms.
The way that the Conservatives screwed that election was definitely surprising too.
I was forced by the government chief whip, James Ascot, to write an apology letter. After then, things only got worse.
Are you saying Joe Biden is a bad person?
Is this what you're implying?
I'm not saying.
I'm saying
maybe.
Have you seen Joe Biden?
Well, what I'm implying is that you shouldn't be copying American politics and trying to use mottos. Are you accusing us of copying Joe Biden? No. That's exactly what I'm doing. Oh my god!
I was at Clonmel once. Plays it up.
It's lights out, away we go. Hamilton gets away well, and he's getting towards Max Verstappen now and tries to cover him off and pushes it.
Good evening, and welcome back to the Sammy Show.
I can tell you that it was me who made the decision not to serve
You did.
us.
That's interesting though, because the messages I saw said that you were forced out of the party. Now go to our investigative journalist who's been responsible for the leaks day in the DCMS. We saw the DCMS secretary publicly endorsing LBC, which is a company owned by Dean, which conveniently actually signed Conor Novak as one of their new talk show hosts. Do you think this is a inside job by Conor Novak and Dean Heathcote that they were planning to move Jeff Milby from the start?
I can't really remember now, but I remember being quite annoyed how somebody could just come out of seemingly nowhere in two terms.
The way that the Conservatives screwed that election was definitely pricing coup.
I was forced by the government chief whip, James Ascot, to write an apology letter. After then, things only got worse.
Are you saying Joe Biden is a bad person?
Is this what you're implying?
I'm not saying.
I'm saying
maybe.
Have you seen Joe Biden?
Well, what I'm implying is that you shouldn't be copying American politics and trying to use mottos. Are you accusing us of copying Joe Biden? No. That's exactly what I'm doing. Oh my god!
I was at Clonmel once. Plays it up.
It's lights out, away we go. Hamilton gets away well, and he's getting towards Max Verstappen now. He tries to cover him off and pushes it.
Good evening, and welcome back to the Sammy Show.
I can tell you that it was me who made the decision not to serve us.
That's interesting though, because the messages I saw said that you were forced out of the party. Now go to our investigative journalist who's been responsible for the leaks day in the DCMS. We saw the DCMS secretary publicly endorsing LBC, which is a company owned by Dean, which conveniently actually signed Conor Novak as one of their new talk show hosts. Do you think this is a inside job by Conor Novak and Dean Heathcote that they were planning to move Jeff Milby from the start?
I can't really remember now, but I remember being quite annoyed how somebody could just come out of seemingly nowhere in two terms.
The way that the Conservatives screwed that election was definitely pricing coup.
I was forced.
Welcome to GB News. You're watching Free Speech Nation with myself, Nine Kian, and my esteemed colleague
LLP. You're back.
We are back. We are.
Great episode.
And people say today, yeah, it's been over a year. We've got loads of things lined up. We've got exclusive with the former vice chairman of the Conservative Party. Is that right, Mr. David Rothschild?
A firm.
Yeah, that Donny. Also got Callum Cathcart here, who's been a very outspoken critic of the coalition. And we've also got a live feed from our political correspondent, Jay Chan, in Westbridge, which he's currently outside the Merton Arms. How are you today, Jay? You alright? He's doing excellent. Right, let's cut back to the studio. Mr. Shifor, why did you resign?
I don't agree with this coalition at all. It is a joke, a travesty, and an insult to the Conservative Party, and I'm disappointed that the senior leadership in the party have accepted it, because it is a crap deal. And during the coalition talks, I was added to the group chat, and I was the first and pretty much only thing I said in that group chat is it's a joke, and that Rebbe should resign. Yeah.
Well, congratulations to you, because you must be the first Tory to ever actually speak out about this, and plus you were a very senior Tory. Everyone else is just like a yes man in that party, so, round of applause to Shifor.
There won't be any round of applause on this unbiased media.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So
Shifor, what didn't you agree with in the coalition? Like, please, can we get some specifics, please? Because we've heard you don't. I don't know. We don't think you like Reba. Is that true?
Yep, that is correct. I do not like Rebbe absolutely whatsoever. She's a washed politician, even worse than SLLP. and that's that's saying something. She's managed to be worse than him. I can't swear, can I? She's not a good person. I don't like working with her. My first time as Prime Minister was with her, and to say she was annoying would be an understatement. And I really feel bad for the Tories who have to work with her because she is not a good person. But other than that, the second thing is the proposition she had for Tories in the government was just rubbish. I think it was 2 senior cabinet positions. That was the first thing she said in the group chat, the first thing she proposed. And Tories have just accepted it like that.
Can I ask?
Sure.
Who started the group chat with the coalition?
I
Who actually made it?
can't remember, to be honest. I don't think I checked.
Do you see the government lasting?
Not until the end of the month, no. It's going to collapse sooner or later.
Why do you think it would collapse? Is there anything is there anyone specifically you think could push maybe it falling?
The disagreement in policies between both parties. I know that was a big factor in the coalition talks. There was some talking about that, but ultimately they just went with it anyways and said we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And another one. Go on.
Yeah. Are you in the government Discord?
No.
Why are you? I heard there was a lot of arguing in that Discord last night.
I have heard things from current government ministers. I won't name any names, but apparently things are not looking too good in there. There are arguments, so yeah, you are correct.
Don't worry, we've got insider sources at GB News.
Very good.
The camera in there. Do you not feel?
Very good.
Will you consider moving to another political party, or are you gonna remain independent for now? Or
at the moment, remaining independent, considering my options. I'm not exactly against the Tory party, hell bent against them. They made their decision. It was voted on. It wasn't like I just went with it without considering anyone else. They took a vote, and ultimately, I'm a minority in the vote. So they went with it. So that's fair enough.
So would you consider returning, maybe at the end of the term, maybe even running for leadership if that vacancy came up?
Politics or?
Well, yeah, politics or the Tories or.
At the moment, I'm just waiting for Northminster to come out because there's no real policies anyone can do in the UK anymore because Westbridge is just washed. Politics in general is just washed. There's nothing you can really do anymore other than start dead departments that last for a term and then get forgotten about.
That is very true, to be fair with you. Jamie, do you have any questions?
I do.
Really, but
that's prepared as always.
Prepared as always, to be fair. I was focusing on something else here.
He's playing, was it Sea of Thieves? Yeah.
I'm playing on Sea of Thieves, but I'm leaving it now, do not worry.
Do you support Marcus as a Conservative leader?
He's an alright leader, but he's gone with this deal. Ultimately, he took on board the advice of his advisors.
I don't think the silence speaks it all?
Say again, sorry?
Do you think the silence from him, everywhere, says it
Well,
all?
he is on holiday, so yeah, I can't really...
Holiday is not allowed, actually, during election periods.
That is very true. He should be bonked immediately because he's on holiday.
Let's say, though, hypothetically, there was a vonk. Which way would you have gone?
Difficult decision that.
Hypothetically,
it depends on who else is going to be going for leader. So I do think Marcus is all right. He's a decent leader, and the fact he's on holiday and probably didn't want to spend much time worrying about it just probably influenced his decision. So I can't really hold him accountable for that. But it's still an unfortunate event either way.
That is very fair. To be fair, that's a very fair answer. Do you have anything to say about kind of the protests and the riots on Westbridge? Do you support the unrest that is currently happening on the streets every single day so far?
I'm not so much of a protester or an advocate of one protest myself, but I can understand where they're coming from. This government is, let's just say, it's going to be crap. It's not what the people elected. So I can't blame them for getting a bit angry about it. I feel bad for the Met as well because they have to deal with it. I heard TSG were deployed for 2 hours today. That's a deep shame that we have to do that to them, even though it is basically their only job and they only get deployments every 2 months. But I digress. Bless them. Yeah, pretty much.
And finally, do you have anything to say about King Robbie kind of pushing for this coalition? We've heard a lot about kind of this meeting where he's told the parties they ever need to get together or get deregistered. Do you agree with that, or do you think he should stay out of politics, or what's your thoughts on that?
When he was threatening to deregister Reclaim and the Progressives,
well, he wasn't necessarily threatening to reclaim us. He was threatening to deregister the two parties that wouldn't cooperate.
Sorry, who?
So the two parties that wouldn't cooperate.
No, who asked?
Oh,
no, well, that's
bold.
just. Somebody get him off. Somebody get him off. Who's next there? Who's next in the line? Callum Cathcart. Hello, how are you?
He hasn't answered the question yet.
What was his question?
What his thoughts about King Robbie and his actions?
Oh yes.
Okay, so
don't do that again, Jeff. That was really bad.
Zip it. I can understand him threatening Progressives and Reclaim with deregistration, because what's the point of registering a party, getting 12 seats, saying, no, I'm not going to coalition with anyone? What is the point of your party? Why? You're just an insult to your voter base, and it's crap to us. It's bad. For
a lot of our party did not agree that we went into the Labour coalition in the first place.
Yeah, I'm mainly talking about the Reclaim Party.
The Reclaim Party. Fair enough.
They're a bit more
Progressives
relevant.
didn't get enough votes, so it didn't really matter anyways. But
that's really offensive. My party worked really hard for them 7 seats.
I'm sorry, but anyways, so I can understand him threatening to deregister them, because it does affect the political process, like we have seen yesterday. It means that Tories and Labour have had to coalition with each other. Like, nobody would have seen that coming. But I guess Labour is that desperate, so what can I say?
Do you think it'll hurt the party's future in the next general election?
It will definitely hurt both Labour and Tories, because both their voter bases are very, very different. And I think they're both disappointed that they've decided to work together, to be honest, considering the policy differences, and the two parties oppose each other on certain things which are very important to the voter bases.
One thing I was really surprised about yesterday is that no one from the backbenches actually voted against it. Everyone who voted against it was our two parties, the two opposition, and I was really disappointed.
I think the MP lists have been very tactically chose, to be
fair.
Yeah,
if there's one thing Tories have done right ever since I started leading them, it's good whips, good attendance, and I suppose that's gone over to the Labour side as well, since it's a joint chief whip type of thing going on there with the coalition. So that was to be expected, to be fair.
Well, to be fair, that's kind of why backbench protections don't work, because
no, I think that's just why they work.
If you're picking MPs though, who are always going to vote with you anyway, there is no point even protecting them.
No, because instead of MPs voting for you because they want to keep their seat, which is something I've seen before, they will actually vote in the way they think they should vote.
Because you're not very good at choosing MPs and you have a bad whip, we should get rid of backbencher protections. Is that what you're saying, Keane, basically?
What I'm saying is there's no point in protections if the people who you are choosing are just going to vote with you anyway. The whole point of protections is to protect people who are against you, so...
But you see, that's the thing is, because the party leader currently holds all the cards, Reba Astor, she purged her entire opposition from her backbenches just so they couldn't vote against it. And I think that is a real shame. So that's why if we had backbencher protections, the seat wouldn't belong to the party, it would belong to the MP the party assigned. So therefore they are free to actually speak their mind, speak the truth, speak whatever they want in Parliament, instead of being reprimanded and the seat taken away the next day.
I'm afraid, Jamie, I'm going to have to just cut you off there momentarily. We are going to just head to Westbridge. We've got Jay Chan, our political correspondent. We've been able to get into contact with him. Jay, can you hear us?
Yes, Well, let me sort out the free cam yet.
No worries, Jay.
Press down arrow to slow down in free cam if you want.
What is the situation looking like in Westbridge?
Westbridge is very stable right now. You can see there isn't much of a conflict or a sort of a protest. But when I came here earlier today in the afternoon, there was a lot of gunshots and I got killed 3 times just by standing here. So I would say that the atmosphere remains to be quite negative around this area, and a lot of players seems to be more worried about their personal safety. And also talked to a few of the players of Westbridge these days. what is he doing? I also talked to some of the players of Westbridge today. They are more worried about the current situation, and they wish that the violence could be stopped.
Wow, it does sound very hostile there. Is there any sign of kind of the protests stopping? Maybe. Do you reckon there'll be some more tomorrow? Maybe.
I can see a few of the protesters next to me. They are keep having protesters on the street and police, even encountering with the police.
Has GB News verified they're not paid by 9 Taxi to protest?
There were a few gunshots, and the person was killed right next to me. Is that police? I believe it is.
Ian, have you got any comments on the allegations saying that you led the protest?
I'm not going to comment on any allegations regarding any protests that took place on Westbridge.
Let's say, guys, do not fear.
Nath's the electoral commissioner is here. Let's speak to him and bully him for causing this mess.
Relax.
Relax, mate.
Is there anything more you want to say, Jay, before we cut back to the studio?
Well,
Obviously, we
I
will
just
see you on your show later.
That is another protester right here, and a person was just shot dead to me next to 1 meter next to me. And the car brought me away. So
wow,
I see it's quite chaotic even at this time, which is the least chaotic time of the year, of the day, really. And we still have people blocking the roads, and a few protesters, and a few gunshots, and police responding. Thank you very much. This is Jay Chan from GB News, live from Westbridge. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That was our correspondent Jay Chan there in Westbridge. We've currently got a couple more people on Clem Cathcart. You're obviously asking about allegations regarding me in protests. There's been a lot of them about you. Have you been participating in the protests?
I have, but there's no proof of me organising it. Unlike you, Mr. Ninekin.
There is actually a screenshot of you in two of the businesses that you own saying, "Please attend this big event."
This is lies pushed by the left-wing media. Do not trust them.
There's been a lot of talk about private companies' involvement, actually. Mr. Shifor's RAC and the Conservatives, 9 Taxi and the Progressives.
Well, no, that didn't last too long. You deleted it.
I didn't advertise Reclaim, actually. That's fake.
Nobody probably voted for Progressives anyway from 9 Taxi because everyone was voting somebody else anyway.
It's not a dead business. I'm going to have to refute that allegation on air. That's the biggest taxi company in Westbridge.
Only because the server's about 5 years old.
Hello, guys.
Oh, this is Nathless guy.
How is everyone doing?
Not bad.
Well, they got a lot
I was
worse.
doing good until you joined the VC.
Yeah, same with David.
I'm just kidding, that was mean. I'm sorry.
So, Nathas, as the Electoral Commission, what do you think of all this mess?
Personally, I cannot comment on behalf of the Electoral Commission.
Boring. Get him off. Boring.
Should I say?
Bot. There's a big bot.
Should I say? I did, in fact, rig the election.
Okay,
you did.
GBD's exclusive.
But second of all, sorry. Why is there 60 seats? I can't lie, so stupid. That's why this whole thing is so messed up.
Nathlas, did you yourself not propose 60 seats?
I like the 60 seat idea because that means I can go in peace.
I did 2 years ago, Kian, where politics was active, and now, to be honest with you, I couldn't tell you a single person that's in that Parliament server.
Hello?
Reba Asta was your deputy leader. Do you not know who that is? Are you refuting the allegations? You and Reba know each other.
No, I don't know who Reba is.
Wow.
She's the Scottish person.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is I have breaking news from
breaking news from Westbridge. Breaking news from Westbridge.
From Westbridge, there is an extreme amount of ambulances, and there was just one person shot dead, and a few disruptions at this place. There are 2 police cars. I am standing on the road.
An extreme amount of ambulances there is.
Nathlas, please,
I am not
speak.
And I still did not see anyone injured despite all the ambulances.
So does this make this?
There is a police saying he will shoot everyone who pulls anything. Oh, there was someone who stabbed me. I got stabbed. I'm
No,
dead.
these
I'm
riots are not as good as
Thank you very much.
Get Nathan's
This
out
is GB
riots
News.
back
This
in
is GB News from
2019.
Westbridge.
Oh my god.
Political
Our correspondent
correspondent is
died.
dead.
Guys, there's been a new BMG media article talking about how the royal family is fucked.
No swearing. Language.
Yeah, no
Sorry,
swearing,
I
please.
repeat.
Not
the
water
article.
Tom will come after
That is the
you.
headline.
To be fair, it is after 9 p.m.
Oh, that
A
is true.
secret source, extremely aware of the week.
The graphic is quite nice, to be fair.
I haven't actually seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Nafas, how's your chippy going?
Right, Chippy.
But Bentley Mega Chippy.
Billy. Oh, do you remember that? And everyone, we just used to, and that's where all my Robux went.
I
Just
spent
kept
so much money on that game.
Yeah, thank you for spending that money. It really,
Guys, I'm just
helped me
saying, check political discussion. Sanguis, Farron Jerker has just said, you can put me on the record. I'll gladly defend my actions on Jay Chan show. I say get him on. See if we can get him
Yeah.
Wait, what is his actions? What has he done?
I
So
believe
good.
he's rigged the election. He's taken off.
I
Tory
think he
votes.
has. He's taken all the votes away from me and put them into, everyone else. That's what he's done.
I don't think it's a coincidence that Tories have lost by like 1 or 3 votes, 2 elections in a row. I don't think that's a coincidence, to be honest. Especially with the royal family fucking rigging.
Wait,
everything else.
what
Oh
does it
my
even
god,
mean
that
that-
poster is
Wait,
class.
what is this? Who has made this
Well,
article?
Robbie's on strings.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
think
it's
GB
apparent.
News need to put this on the broadcast there, just to see what
this
we're
one?
looking at.
Do.
Wait, Pacificency said Rebel will always win.
Whoa.
Wait, I had a tea meeting thing with the king. I'm not going to say what happened in it, but what I will say is that Pacifinity, or whatever her stupid name is, was like constantly boasting about Labour and Rebel. She's like very clearly
Give
biased.
the king
to him.
privacy. He's clearly crying about it. Give
Yeah,
him
I mean,
privacy.
I'll keep everything else private, but like that.
This is GB News.
person-
Everything gets exposed here.
Yeah, I mean, you guys probably know about it anyway, so why am I even trying
This,
to?
this special edition of the Royally
Well,
Looked is brilliant.
the leaks depends actually. If
That
Jamie, if
is
you're there,
jokes.
there's leaks all of a sudden. I think that's coincidence.
Where did them other leaks come from the other day, I wonder?
I don't know.
I can confirm that no legal case has been brought against anyone regarding the leaks.
That is true, Zorby
What
suspected
leaks?
me, so I think he should go for
I think it was
defamation.
Zorby actually. If
I
you
think
look
it must
at
have been
the angle
Zorby. He was
very
trying to
carefully-
deflect the
Different
blame on
out
me.
Yeah.
wins, Orby.
Look at the angle. Look at the angle.
He was trying to deflect his blame on me by saying it was me at the meeting. So I think that is, very unacceptable, and I would expect an apology from Zorby.
So, SLLLP, are you saying on oath that you did not stream the meeting?
I will not
What
comment on
meeting
these
are you
allegations
talking
at this
about?
moment in time.
What did you
Thank you.
stream, Jamie?
No, it's not confirmed if I streamed it or not. But someone,
But what-
quote unquote, someone
Yeah.
may have streamed the meeting of the party leaders and the king the other day.
Why did the party leaders meet the king?
Because the king was trying to force them to coalition, or he was going to deregister them.
Which
Wait,
resulted in.
why did you
awful
meet
choice.
IRL? Obviously, that was going to get leaked.
Yeah,
They
I know,
didn't
it was
meet
all gonna
IRL.
leak.
Who's
IRL?
Ah.
What?
What?
The lights on, but nobody's home.
I don't think
That-
they fly in
That is.
Jamie out.
This is what. This is what happens when Nathless. This is what happens when Nathless gets sacked from the royal household. There's no common
Why did you?
sense.
Why did you get sacked?
Just got
Can you
sacked.
tell us on GB News? No. What's the reason for GB News exclusive?
Because I think it was. I can't even remember.
Is it true you fell out with Tormentium, King George?
Ooh.
No, Connor sacked me because I wasn't listening to what he was doing, and then I got rehired under Robbie, and then Strafangers was like major beef with me because he didn't like that I had some common sense. So I
Wow.
think I got sacked because of that.
That's debatable, but continue on.
Guys, we should
I think that
discuss
was
the Duchess of Devonshire's comments on Reba will always win.
I don't know who that is, to be honest. Who is that?
That's the person who
it's a
was
woman in
controlling the
America.
meeting, saying
Quote
Yeah.
unquote
"Work
woman.
for national
Women don't
interests."
exist in British
Tonga
UK.
woman, that person.
Schiffer makes a very good point.
Is it
there, to be
is it
fair.
a
I think it's
confirmed
very
woman?
worrying. It shows a rigged election in my eyes. All rigged.
Yeah.
You've got Sangu saying I should have asked her AA to
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Who
We
is
had him
Thomas Horace
blatantly
Shaw?
saying that in political discussion.
How are you sure that?
Gustav, I was joking. I wasn't sacked from household. I resigned, mate. I haven't been sacked from nothing.
Why is Gustav watching?
Guys, I'm going to have to interrupt you because we've got an exclusive GB News leak. That's right, we've got another leak. The foreign minister in the government. Yeah, get it on the GB pad. Get it on the GB pad.
Why would you say my name for? I've nothing to do with this one this time.
I don't actually think he's involved in the leak because this is coming to us completely live. We're just going to head over to the GB pad. Our Lord and Saviour Rebrast is still on there. One moment. We'll just. So
I can't believe the name of that image too is
right.
Victory for Reba or something.
Let me just analyze this photo right here. This is from
Where's the photo? Where's the photo?
Here it is. Here it is on your streams now. The file name's not actually true, but here we can see Timothy Cathcart, the Foreign Office Under Secretary, saying the Foreign Minister of the government has not responded to his DMs and isn't even in the server.
Disgraceful.
The Foreign Minister is inactive.
The
Foreign Minister does not want to do his job. He needs to be replaced.
Who's the minister?
I don't actually know.
Ainsley.
Oh my god.
Matthew Ainsley. Why is this guy still kicking about?
He's a Labour lord. I'm not surprised that he's inactive. I haven't heard.
I heard he rigs elections in Canada.
I also heard that.
I heard the Labour Party just shoved his name down and expected him not to say anything. That's probably what happened.
I think they saw he had experience and put him down.
Jamie, do you remember that used to happen time ago where, like, last year, you just put people on cabinet to...
No, this still happens to this very day, and he just stopped speaking.
I was offered many cabinet positions this election. I'll just put that out there on the record.
And none were by me.
I think half of them were from you, mate. So I'm not forgetting. But yeah, this is big. This is quite a big story, to be fair, because it says that this minister is inactive, and it's been one day of the government. This whole government in about a month. It's not going to be anyone.
About 2 or 3 days, actually.
Well, that's even worse.
But you would think the proposed foreign minister would be in the Foreign Office server.
Exactly.
The thing is, the whole thing's been
place.
extremely rushed. So I think you're asking.
It has
a bit
been
much.
extremely rushed.
No, I don't think we are. I don't think this foreign minister knows anything about foreign relations. Oh,
This is GB News correspondent from Westbridge. I now have a protester standing right next to me at Westbridge with blood right next to us. It was just observed a few stabbing and shooting at the centre of Westbridge. I have a few important announcements to the people of the United Kingdom.
Awkward.
And he is now typing. Number one is that he likes men, and the second is that he likes Callum.
Sorry.
Let's
and number three is that he hates Reba. I believe that
the third point is probably fair enough.
Oh, isn't that Alferno guy in cabinet? That Donny there.
Who, the guy saying this?
Hey, the one on the bike.
That's it.
Alferno. He's in government.
This is GB News from Westbridge. The end of my session. Get back to the main.
I like how no one in the government is defending themselves. That's what it is.
There's no one in the government here. I swear that actual Shifor was, and then he resigned. So that's
I
probably
wasn't
fair
even
enough.
in the government.
Well, you were the deputy party leader or chairman, so you know.
They did
close
ask
enough.
me if I wanted a position in the
Mr.
government.
Churchill
I just
tried
said no.
defending them. Failed though.
We did put out an open invite for someone from the government to represent themselves on the show.
And they said no.
Well, they didn't say no. They didn't say anything.
No, I've never
the
heard
foreign
Reba
minister,
no.
they're not
No
even
answer
in the
means no.
Discord.
I've never heard Reba speak in a VC.
She actually spoke yesterday, and she was really Scottish.
Exclusively on GB News.
Did she actually?
Yeah,
On the
just watch it back.
Wait, so it's actually a girl after all
Well,
these
we
years?
think so, but very manly voice.
He'll be in her DMs in a moment.
Sorry.
Remember our time in Reform?
Brilliant.
Hello.
I don't even know if we have any more topics. Naflis, actually, is a question. Would you return to frontline politics?
No.
Not even if
he's joining the
like,
Progressive Party next
I'll
term.
make
What are you
you
on about?
leader of my
No, I'm
party.
not, Jamie. No, I don't have time for this shit.
Yes, you do.
What if a millionaire bought your chippy company?
No, do you know what, Kian? I've not played Roblox on my computer in so long that it won't even let me win a game. My Roblox file is corrupted. It's so weird.
That is shocking.
Wow.
Well, you seem to be joining us in game today, so how's that working?
Yeah, what?
I'm calling it virtually.
here
I've
in
got
the studio.
COVID-19.
Just say no comment and then move on.
Calling it
That's what you
virtually.
have to do.
Got COVID-19.
Rover.
Oh, he's actually in the studio now.
I got abolished, mate, about a year ago, so I doubt that.
Ever since Russia invaded Ukraine.
Has anyone got anything else to say before
Yeah,
we
we
wrap
should
up?
investigate.
Yeah, I
this
do.
thing.
The J factor, yeah. go ahead.
Kian, remember in the Reform High Tory government where Jamie did nothing?
I'll
do
have you
remember
know I
that.
did a lot of things. I made that
I remember,
poster saying
we literally had to. He literally had to be supervised in cabinet meetings. In cabinet meetings, when there actually was cabinet meetings taking place, I think my government was the last one to do it. We used to sit there whilst everyone else.
Why did that not happen anymore?
No, they're having one right now, mate.
Well, not in VC.
Oh yeah, not VC. I don't think.
Whilst everyone used to be fucking chatting away about what's going on in government, we had to make Jamie do immigration at that period in time, otherwise he wouldn't do it at any other time.
Wait,
He just
I never did that. I might have lied about that.
he just played Rust all day, every day. And Oi, Kim, remember when we went to that like foreign visit in Falklands and they were talking to
Oh
him
yeah,
about,
I wasn't
like,
even meant to be here.
Yeah, me, you, and Jamie went, and they were talking to Jamie, and he just didn't answer. I said, "Sorry, too busy playing Rust."
I don't even remember that night.
The thing is, they don't even have to do immigration anymore, so like, I don't actually
Yeah,
know
like
what you
there's
would have
so
done.
all the shit we used to have to do. Everything is so lazy now. I can't lie. Like
I mean,
I
this is the
couldn't-
least lazy government of all time.
Like I can't lie, yeah. Like after COVID, where we were just on our computers all day, every day, then returning to school, it was impossible to do the amount of Roblox we all did after that.
Yeah, I think most people are like a burnout. To be fair.
Yeah,
There's a
can't
lot of
even-
new gens. I speak about the new gens and how we all.
I don't
think of
even
them.
know any of the new gens, and most
Neither
of the
do I.
chats, all the new gens chat so much shit about me. I can't lie.
New gens. Can't lie.
I don't even know who they are.
Are you saying that?
Nobody. When I joined the
Red
Progressive
Red
Party,
heads.
nobody knew who I was.
Am
I
I
had
a
to
new gen?
rebuild my
Am I a new
identity.
gen?
Yeah, you are.
I think Jamie, like when you've gone to do an election, like when I used to when I had Reform, I had like 200, 300, 400 people I could contact to get to vote for me. Like it was so easy because you knew everyone. Now I wouldn't even know where to start.
I literally have about 10 people, and
I
I've
would-
literally I couldn't invite anyone to be the cabinet. And I somehow managed to convince Charles Stewart to
He
become
couldn't
High
vote
Chancellor.
today either. To be fair.
That's very good.
Right. Thank you for joining us on Free Speech Nation this afternoon, guys. We'll be shortly going to the J Factor. I think we've got a political party broadcast as well. We've got a lot of stuff lined up for the rest of the night. So yeah. But yeah, for the start, thank you for watching Free Speech Nation. I've been Ninekin.
And I have been
Thank you very much for watching Free Speech Nation tonight.
Nothing's nobody caught you yet.
It's
Jay's
goodbye and
talking.
good night from Jay Chan,
Good night.
political
Good night, Jay Chan.
correspondent. I can't have his
Oh my
t-shirt.
God.
Make sure you all
We
join
need
us
a
next time.
J-Factor t-shirt. J-Factor t-shirt one.
What on
So
earth is
much.
going? I'm not sure what on earth is going on Westbridge again, but again, I talked to a lot of people. People are not happy.
Kean
So,
organised it.
good night.
Good
And
night.
Good night, Jay Chan.
ready
Now,
for
a party